Pisces. Let's start with this one. I was kind of sitting here before I turned the camera back on thinking, okay, well, where should we really begin here? I think we should start here. I love this. First of all, it kind of is just it's not really a person. More and more, I was kind of sitting with them. Like, it's not you and it's not just them. It's kind of how you two are really interacting with each other. And you've hit a roadblock. There is no changing the other person at this time, right? This is a Taurus quality. And when we think of Taurus, it is immovable, fixed earth. It's literally like moving mountains. It's difficult. And again, like I said, you cannot reason with this person. And I think in some regard, they also cannot reason with you. First and foremost, you're too high level. Empress versus Knight of Cups reversed. I mean, you're too high level consciousness here. And they are gonna try to get you to see their whole thing, and you just kind of have this brick wall, like, and their words just completely bounce off of it. And same thing with you. You're going to try to get them to see things logically, but the walls are just unreal. But in a way, like I said before I, cut off the camera in the main section, this person and this situation is your throne of darkness, meaning you have conquered and you have seen the darkest part of yourself because of this situation. And it probably is something that's been in your life for a really long time, at least for the past year and a half. With the nodes, with the nodes transitioning, we are all feeling like, okay, it's time to get over it. It's time to get over the stuff that's really been bogging us down. And some of you, it's much longer than that. But the Saturnian quality coming online with the Capricorn stuff, it's like, this was a part of your crystalline Saturnian structure. It was a part of how you were living your life. Well, that's coming to an end rapidly throughout the course of 2019. So, like, you're getting over it. The intensity is fading away. And you're becoming so much stronger. You're stepping into that Pluto Phoenix rising, that whole like rising from the ashes. Well, this was your ashes. This was the crash and burn. So it's time to get prepared to start rising. And I think the Three of Wands suggests that you have first of all, you have so much to look forward to. And all the positive things that you deserve are well underway. Like I said, once you draw that line with the universe, with the Queen of Swords, you draw that line, and the universe and your future parts like the Red Sea. There's nothing to be afraid of there. Why the Two of Swords? Look, Two of Swords, again, in that, I don't know why that Hermetic Tarot deck is seriously speaking to me during this reading. Can we just pull out a card just to see? Since it's like calling to me, it's sitting here on my desk and it's like, pick me up, talk about me. I don't even know. This is called the Lord of Peace Restored. And I think you have so much peace around your decisions in this situation. And with this person, there is so much peace. So what does the Hermetic Tarot deck want to say? Seven of Coins. You have exhausted, right? Saturn and Taurus coming together. We have the symbols down there at the bottom. Saturn and Taurus, you have exhausted your options, and there is no more to extract from this situation. Okay, fine. That's a great message, and it's to be expected given the rest of the cards. I don't know why I felt so compelled, but there you go, Seven of Coins. It's time for that shift. It's time for that pivot, okay? And I think peace, like, I don't see this as being interesting that, I was talking about Libra, and we're getting the Libra energy here too, which can, when it's negatively manifested, be very indecisive. And I know some Pisces that can be really indecisive too, because they really do want to please and make everyone happy, and they really do want the best out of the whole thing. But at the same time too, you also have the capacity to just say, okay, well, if you're not willing to balance me out, then I can't balance you out either, because that's clearly not going to work. And then you just cut it off and you move on. So when we look at the Ace of Wands, okay, so remember how I said that you needed the space? Well, Lovers reversed. Here's the big fat wedge coming in between you and someone and saying, okay, well, you needed the space for this Ace of Wands. And see, the Ace of Wands had to come before the Ace of Coins, which is why the Ace of Coins is reversed. Because that ignition of passion, that entrepreneurial spirit. Again, when I say entrepreneur, I don't mean like going and starting a business. It can mean that, but it doesn't have to mean that. We can be entrepreneurs within our family, right? Gary Vee and other people, like other, business motivational people, they always say that the word entrepreneur is simply someone who solves problems. Like you can be a small business owner, but not an entrepreneur. And you can be an entrepreneur and not own a business, right? You can work in an office or in a warehouse or whatever and still have that entrepreneurial spirit. It's that go-getter, make the changes, find the solution kind of thing. And that's what the Ace of Wands is all about. It's about the new adventure and feeling the drive and feeling the desire to go do it. And see what happens when you tap into the Ace of Wands. It takes time. And that's what the Wheel of Fortune suggests. It takes time for those wheels. It takes time for the Red Sea to part, essentially. And this represents the sun, truly, the sun moving through the zodiac. And as the sun comes closer to its home position in Pisces for you, or comes through your first house, or comes in contact with your moon or your Venus or whatever, you're going to start feeling that positive buildup. It's kind of like new moon qualities, really, essentially. And you have this new opportunity to have a whole new set of intentions. And what happens is the Ace of Coins, which, as I explained, is the physical manifestation of the internal world. It's just on hold until you really figure out kind of which direction you're going, but it's there waiting for you. This is the fruit on the trees, but you got to plant the seeds first. Because without the seeds, you can't have the fruit. But the fruit is coming. You don't need to focus on the results. All you need to do is focus on planting the seeds. That's it. That is your main responsibility right now with all of this. Okay? It is going to be easy for you to get kind of bogged into the Five of Coins and to really just focus on the reality stuff. And that's like where all the attention is being spent, and that's not where it should be. That's not where it's most productive. The inside world is where it really needs to happen. The moon can be like, yeah, I know that this is all in my future. Like, can we talk about, let's backtrack for a second. Can we talk about the Taurus? Have I talked to you about this before? The Taurus archetype is all about having. That's their motto. It's I have. And I think maybe about this in my weekly bump too. I have. Okay. And there's this knowing with Taurus that even if they don't have it right now, they do have it. Whatever it is they're wanting, like a quality relationship or the money or whatever. They might not have it right now, but they do have it. They have this weird ability to see themselves having something in the future and act as though they have it now. And so they eventually get it. They know how to attune their frequency. It's just kind of built in. And I think you're tapping into it here with both of these cards. I have peace in my life. I have financial stability in my life. I have a solid romantic relationship in my life. But see, where it's getting confused with the moon is like, yeah, but I don't. I do, and I know, and intellectually, again, this is the difference between intellectual and, esoteric, exoteric versus esoteric. You have the exoteric knowledge that like, yes, I have it, but esoterically, you're still having a hard time really believing that. The moon kind of compounds that, but see, now it's important for you to operate in faith with optimism, to keep that head up, to keep your focus forward, to focus on the moment, and to just totally be open and ready, because the universe has some big surprises for you. It has big surprises for all of us. It's hard to prophesy and prognosticate what is going to happen with this Saturn-Pluto thing, because on our own individual scale, we can sit and talk about government all day long, but ultimately, when we bring it to the individual level, what are those structures? What are those crystalline structures that you have in your life? It's all psychological. Pluto, Scorpio, it's all about psychology. Okay, so this is truly about changing our whole mindset. So it takes time. Getting on a rant. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so excited. I don't even know why. So here we have these reversals for the Hanged Man coming out, okay? And really, Three of Cups, I'm sensing a significant lack of focus, and I think the moon is there, and it's just, moon can be tough, but it also is a symbol of your angels and your guides. Like I said, like they're just like whispering over your shoulder, like they have their grips on your shoulder, and they're like trying to push you in the right direction, I think. And your kind of lack of focus and not really knowing and like wanting to have faith in something, but also knowing that you shouldn't, all of that is going to fade. And I wouldn't worry so much about that stuff. I really wouldn't. Just kind of let that energy pass. I wouldn't make huge efforts right now until Mars gets into Aries. I wouldn't make huge efforts to making big changes in any way, shape, or form. Just day by day kind of stuff. That's all you can do with the moon anyway. It illuminates only so far with your immediate future, right? The path immediately right in front of you. But it is so challenging to see like where it's all going and how this is all going to unfold. So when you find yourself maybe thinking a little bit negatively, or find yourself maybe overindulging, or find yourself trying to do like way too many things all at once, and like not really accomplishing a lot, it's good to just take a step back, breathe. First of all, breathing, right? The life force, to really understand what breathing is, and connect with the moment, and just be okay with what the next moment holds. Sorry, I got lost there for a minute because I just kind of like went into my own breathing. And went into my own moment. And I just even kind of lost my own train. That was an accident. I didn't mean to do that. But I think that will be really beneficial for you, because if you're going to be suspended anyway, if you're going to be delayed anyway, Ace of Coins, you might as well just enjoy yourself. Chill. Taurus, chill. Chill out, relax, indulge. Okay. When we look at the Five of Swords, with the eclipses happening, and the new moon in Cancer, the full moon in Cancer, and the new moon in Capricorn, the watery stuff very much online. It's going to be really hard for the stuff, again, the Saturn stuff, to not surface. And it's also, you have to remember that it is also surfacing in other people. And I think the reversal of the page here and the Knight here, for some reason, I immediately connected those two. And again, those offers, those apologies, those whatever, like it's so far beyond ridiculous, because you being so, it's like so obvious what that person's intentions truly are. Like they're so pathetically transparent that it's like almost laughable. And you're like, hey man, I'm just trying to deal with this, like stop it already. Just stop it. Stop it with this nonsense. Stop it with these ridiculous offers and apologies, and stop it with these stupid lies. Like, I know you're lying. You know, I often see this as someone who's not being honest, right? Page of Coins reversed. And, you know, I'm tired of your kind of little fuckboy nonsense kind of thing, which I never really say that. And I'm sorry, you know, it's a little bit negative, but I got that edge. Right? I got that kind of edge when this one came out. And see it all, none of it can be contained anymore. It's all just so loose. It's all just so open. And I think that's great for healing, you know, and that's why I was so happy that the Ten of Swords was coming out reversed, because I'm like, look, first of all, here you are again. You're coming out Emperor and Empress. No doubt in my mind that that's you. This is someone desperately trying to cling, desperately trying to get something from you, desperately trying to get you to stay. There's desperation, and it's so sad because they're just so... There just has been no self-examination going on whatsoever. And you have done so much of that. There's even confusion, like, how can you be so unaware? And that's what this whole Ten of Swords is all about. How can you be so unaware? And for you, like, there is a very icy vibe coming through here in regards to the situation. There's a very cold ice queen, ice king, male or female, whatever, kind of thing. Your heart's gone cold to this because you've just been through it too many times. What did I say? This is like a pattern. So you're familiar with this stuff already. You already know what I'm talking about. And this is you being like, I want to change that. I don't want this anymore. I'm tired of this, right? Because what you want is the Wheel of Fortune. What you want is the Empress. What you want is the Three of Wands. Here's the choice. Do you want the fives, or do you want the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Wands and the Empress? Is that what you want? You know, you want to get from the Eight of Cups to the Nine to the Ten of Cups, which is ultimately where true fulfillment and true sense of gratitude and all of that is really coming to fruition here. And I think there's just hesitation. There's just a little hesitation simply because you can't really see where this is going. And that's, again, where the faith thing really needs to happen. And we see that here with the Fool. Nine of Swords coming out with the Fool, and blind faith. It's hard for humans to do that. Less hard for Pisces to have blind faith. I think that's a part of your MO because of your natural wiring and your natural connectedness to the oneness. So whether you believe in higher self or God or not, or just the energy itself, right? And you believe in your power to manipulate the energy, again, in a good way. You can positively manipulate something. The Fool is just like, all right, let's just fucking do this. Let's just go for it. Because the Hermit is wise enough. I love that this comes out because it's like, okay, there's a detachment from this, and even Four of Cups. Like, there's detachment from the Nine of Swords. Because how many times have you been through that Five of Swords? How many times have you been through the conversation? Again, always superficial fighting and repeated stuff. Like, how many times are you going to have the conversation? How many times are you going to find yourself dating this kind of person? How many times, again, same thing. I'm just repeating myself now. Hermit detaches. It's a very cold, right? This is your opposite, Virgo, your opposite sign. Going so inside. You are the universe in its expansiveness, and Virgo is the universe internalized. The internal universe versus the external universe. So you tap into the inner universe here and you say, okay, what is my inner universe doing? And there's keen awareness of the Nine of Swords, and there's keen awareness of the lack of necessity. You don't need to be worrying. You don't need to have anxiety. You don't need to stress. And you don't, because you're going to Queen of Swords his ass. You're going to Queen of Swords this BS. Drawing the line. Seven of Swords. That self-doubt, whatever it is. There's so much peace and zen. There's so much peace and zen in spite of the doubts. I don't know how else to say it. The wheel is turning. You know it's turning. You feel it turning. You see things happening. You feel the shift. And you just know it's all going to be exactly what it's supposed to be. What can I say? What did I say? Head, heart, and gut alignment. The triangle on his chest there, that's what the Trinity really represents. Head, heart, soul, all working together. And when they align, the entire, there's another tarot deck that I have called the Tarot of Delphi, or Delphi. I've heard it pronounced both ways. And actually in that deck, it's called the universe. It's not the world, it's the universe. I think the world is a little bit too regular. Let's bring this to what this really is. This is the rebirth process here. This is the absolute rebirth. And it's the fractal quality of the universe. Fractals within fractals within fractals. And you are giving a rebirth to yourself here with this whole thing. There's a blank slate. It's a blank slate coming online. All you have to do, the only thing you have to do, here's your task. Trust yourself. Right? There's your task. Trust yourself. And move forward. I'm so thrilled. I really, really am. I'm so excited for you because I think you're seeing a part of yourself that has been hiding. You know, it's been hiding. So good for you. Amazing. I'm going to leave you with that, with this mess on my desk. Thank you guys so much. Take care. I love you. Stay bright. Bye-bye.